We are here with the stars, some of the stars of Orange is the New Black. How you guys doing?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Now,
I'm good.
you good too?
I'm good.
You look like you waited a second before you decided whether or not you were good or not.
I wanted to give a considered answer.
She's a thoughtful person. Can we start off with each of you guys introducing yourselves by name, where you're from, and the character you play on Orange is the New Black?
Okay, how you doing? I'm Jackie Cruz. I'm from the Dominican Republic, and I play Flaca on Orange is the New Black.
Skinny, Spanish, makes sense. All right.
Hi, my name is Vicky Jordi. I am from Jamaica, Queens. And
What? Queens!
And I play Janae Watson on Orange is the New Black.
That's such a black name. Watson.
Hey, Watson.
It's super black.
And I am Adrienne Moore. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
And I play Black Cindy on the show.
So wait, there's a lot of race in the. I mean, obviously on our show, you're Jewish. My mom's Jewish. Father's black. We talk about race a lot on the program. But you guys obviously have different crews on the show. Which you're in the which crew?
Spanish Harlem.
Talking.
I'm in the Spanish Harlem crew.
Spanish Harlem. They should have just had a Washington Heights crew. Didn't somebody should have wrote that?
And
in?
you're Dominican.
And you're
That's true.
Dominican.
That's true. But I'm Mexican on the show.
Listen, I have this happens in many aspects of acting all over the world, especially in professional wrestling, which I'm very into. Generally,
That's not acting.
If you're Latino, you end up playing Mexican at some point. It's just no matter what. If you're Dominican, if you're Puerto Rican, you're showing up
I
and
gotta
getting a
say that's
Mexican
true.
gig at some point. This is probably not your first.
No, this is my third Mexican gig.
Yo, that's so racist though.
You have to.
Yo, that's so racist because outside of New York, and I tell Spanish people this all the time, especially like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, where here in New York, they'd be like, yo, I'm not black, I'm this, I'm that. I'll be like, yo, outside of New York, you're either black, Mexican, white, or Asian. Nobody gets into the differentiation of what your cultural background is. That's it.
And it's so funny just because Dominican and Mexican is so far apart culturally and like in so many ways. Wait, so do you also live in New York at all? Or are you straight up from Dominican Republic and that's that?
No, I lived all around, but LA/Miami/Dominican Republic/New York. So I traveled a lot.
Where now? Where's home now?
New York.
New York is home.
Yeah.
When it's all
Tribeca.
said and done, a
close to
Dominican
here.
comes home.
Yes,
and home
definitely.
is here. Let's be honest.
And you,
What's up?
your character on the show, you're like, how would we describe her character on the show? Ready to kick some ass?
I just love her. She's funny. I don't know. She's just everything in one. I don't know. I love watching her outside and inside the show. What do you how do you describe her?
Jackie?
Oh, Black Cindy? Black Cindy has like the greatest sense of humor, which is because of the writers. And Black Cindy keeps it going in the ghetto dorm, keeps us entertained. So Black Cindy is
she
awesome.
definitely is a firecracker. She just speaks her mind. And yeah, she speaks her mind.
know, I'm glad
She's
to hear
really
you-
Plays her
great
so well,
she
though.
doesn't
I'm glad
hold
to hear
back.
you guys speaking though so comfortably in third person about your characters because sometimes when we do interviews with actors or I watch interviews with actors, it is a bit disconcerting how often actors believe they are actually the person they're portraying on the television show.
Or even better, in the hood, I'm sure people run up on y'all and talk to y'all like you are the actual character on the show. And you're like, yo, I'm just it's not a reality show.
Not in jail.
I've never actually been. Have any of you actually been in jail?
No.
No.
I pray to never have to
You have to do
Yeah.
it.
see the inside of a jail except on Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, that's the only
the
place.
only
I
jail I
want
wanna
4 more
see.
years, but only on TV.
I love that jail.
So, did you guys, when you were researching for the show, did you guys go talk to women in prison? Like, have you done any of that research?
You know, the funny thing is, I'm gonna take it first stab. I actually years ago used to work. I did an internship for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Atlanta, and so I was around the jail system a lot, and I got to go to court cases, and I got to, go inside the jail and see what that was like. So that's sort of my bird's eye view of it. And I have friends and neighbors that work with the penal system, so I certainly asked them a lot of questions and just try to get a vibe. But then, in particular to Black Cindy, she's sort of an amalgamation of a lot of people that I came across that will be in jail.
That would be in jail.
What about you?
I watched a lot of documentaries when I started on Orange is the New Black. I also pretty much sat down and spoke to a lot of my friends who are in prison. And
I was gonna say you are from Jamaica, Queens. It's not far from home.
No, it's not too far. But I actually do have friends who are in prison right now, and they were able to give me like a glimpse of how prison culture is like at the same time.
You were like, listen, I totally feel for what you're going through, because like when I'm acting on set and it's like I'm in jail, it's so scary. Eek. Anyways, good luck. Yeah. Oop, I have a meeting. Good luck. I hope I see you soon. Bye.
When I'm getting a paycheck portraying what you do in real life.
Don't get me wrong. We break every couple hours and have snacks.
Well, and you're Dominican, so you.
What?
I'm sure.
What does
know-
that mean?
What
I mean,
you're...
it's racist. It's racist.
No,
let's be
just
honest.
being honest.
But
No, I don't know anything about prison.
oh damn,
So,
you're not really Dominican.
I
Get
don't know.
Dominican Drew. He can tell you about prison.
Where's our Dominican?
I actually watch a lot of Scared Straight, and my brother, he's right over there. He was raised in New York, and I was like, I need you to help me read these lines and be a little bit more like from New York and a little get me a little gangster, and he helped me.
A little gangster.
You're a little
Yeah,
gangster,
so
and now you're wearing
obviously-
the Chola skull cap, Scully.
No, this is actually where's this from? The Viper Room in LA, and it's actually Johnny Depp's beanie. Okay.
Listen, it's still a black Scully on a Latin woman. It looks like some Chola shit.
All right.
It looks like you be at the Raiders game.
Sometimes I bring Flaca out.
You have to sometimes. I'll be honest. So my relationship with the show is I'd started hearing about it, I guess. When was it released? Like 3 months ago?
It's
July.
July, yeah.
4 months ago? Okay, something like that. So I guess I started hearing about it pretty soon thereafter, and then it's like grown and grown. But I got to be honest, I was like knee deep in a lot of TV shows. And the beauty of Netflix shows is you get to it and you feel like getting to it. So this week, Laura hit me up and was like, we're having girls on from the show. And also, like, I had heard recommendations of the show from people I didn't like or trust, so it made me extra guarded. So I had to wait for people I did like or trust tell me. So then I started getting those. Then Laura says some of the girls are coming, so I'm like, oh shit. So I actually literally just started the show last night. So I watched episode 1 last night, and now I'm really excited, because I watched the show, and then I'm like, it's dope because I'm going to meet the people who play the characters, and then I'm going to be extra attached to the show. But right out of the gate, I just think it's instantly grabbing and very different feel-wise than House of Cards, which was the other, biggest previous success on Netflix.
That's a great show.
Well, and let's be honest, y'all, is there any pressure on that to just be like, okay, we're going to follow up House of Cards, which was not the first Netflix original, but the first big Netflix original. And now you guys are probably even, in my opinion, surpassing it in mainstream success. But there must have been a lot of pressure just from how sheerly good House of Cards was.
My character, as you traverse through the series, she comes in a little bit later. But I will say that the sense that I got when I first was there was that it was just family and it was love and we're having fun, and it was almost as if I don't want to say the expectations were low. It was just, look, we're just here to do good work. Whatever comes of the show, it's gonna come from the show. I mean, with House of Cards, and you had Arrested Development that also which is brought to Netflix, which have huge fans and followings. So we were like, well, look, they're probably gonna see us. We're just gonna get a little bit of a look, and then to get what we've gotten, has been a great. It's been a great change. It's been, the love, and I think the family that we've all sort of built working on the show has been what's held us together and kept the show popular. And
I think for
we love
Netflix
playing
too, I mean, if we get into corporate business, that the company itself has transitioned from one type of business to another type of business, and it's kind of like they're playing with the house's money right now. I mean, as far as like the risks that they're taking, everything for them is breaking new ground, right? So on the pressure side of the House of Cards was breaking new ground. It was Kevin Spacey was awesome for their
so
brand,
I guess
whatever.
they're still in that period of like they don't even have expectations to fill. It's just like, where are we going? What's happening? Because the funny thing is, I watched the first original show on Netflix with homeboy from Sopranos, Silvio from The Sopranos.
Okay.
and it was a dope show, gangster sort of show about this guy who is a retired gangster. Well, he doesn't retire. He has to go into witness protection and move to a random country in Europe. And then it's him trying to survive there. Anyways, it was a banging show. Literally zero tension. In fact, all of y'all are looking at me like you saw a ghost. And I've never met anyone who even talks about the show. Then the next thing they hit with is House of Cards. And it's really exciting because when you see what they're able to do with your show, it's sort of exciting for what the potential is of a place that's able to create content and not necessarily have to deal with the network pressures,
commercials, advertisers, and all that BS.
Yeah, and even in the case of the HBOs, they still have to deal with cable companies wanting to put them on and all those different things. It's pretty neat.
So have you guys actually met the lady that the true story is about, Piper?
Yes.
We hang out with her all the
for
time.
the people out there not watch or don't watch or just getting experienced by this, there was an actual novel or book written by memoirs of a lady who was trafficking, or not trafficking, but transporting drug money and laundering or whatever.
One time.
It was just one time, and
One
she got
time,
busted
10 years ago.
Wow, I'm sure it was just one time, Piper.
Doesn't that make you like really think back to all the things you've done in your life? Like,
When getting and
I
have
hope nobody just roll up on me one day and be like, excuse me.
but this is the worst thing you've ever done. Now you're gonna pay the price for it.
But you have these stereotypes of women that or even men that commit crimes, but when you actually go inside a prison, it's people from all different walks of life, which you guys kind of capture that on your program. What's Piper like? Like, what is she?
She's just amazing. She's such an amazing person. I talked to her a lot about my own character, and I'm like, was there really a Flaca? And she's like, yeah, but she was short and she was really nice, not like you at all. But she means like my character, of course. But I don't know. I just connect with her in so many levels because she's a real person, and she's a normal person. It's like me going to jail right now. I don't think I'd survive.
Now, was she moving the money around because she was involved in a relationship with that guy?
Yeah, no, the girl.
It's
a girl. She's in a relationship with a girl,
right?
And the way they set it up on the show, at least in the first episode, right at the gate, is like she's like, "Come on this trip with me," and then it ends up being she's like, "You'll just hang out with me," and then she's like, "Okay, I just need you to do this one thing for me," and she ends up doing this one thing, even though she wasn't involved. And one of the funniest lines at the beginning of the show is when she's talking to her family and explaining what happened, and the grandmother's like, "So what happened to the money?" And she's like, "Grandma, I wasn't in it for the money." And she's like, "Come on."
Disappointed. Come on, Piper.
Angry. She's like, "Piper."
But do you guys hear from women that from women, and I'm sure the men who do crazy shit for love, like because I'm sure I know some people out there that was swiping them credit cards for dudes, you know what I mean, going in and swiping credit cards at department stores and doing time. Like, you hear those stories all the time. Do you guys hear from women with those stories, or do you guys have those stories?
Actually, all of our characters on the show, we are in prison and we're getting acclimated with the prison culture, but we're also facing mental and physical and emotional things that we're dealing with. I know from my character, she's in prison because of something that she did over love. You would have to watch it. All 13 episodes now available on Netflix, but it's something that every single character is dealing with, and the writers are so intelligent to write a backstory for all of the characters, so you really get to be invested in them.
So that means some of you have done crazy stuff for love, because you didn't answer my fucking question. And you just don't want to get into it. Nice try. I do this for a living, Jack.
I will be honest with you, bro. It doesn't appear that any of them seem like the types to have actually committed crime for love.
She's from Jamaica, Queens.
No, and so those two probably
She's from
DR.
She's
not from the Heights though. She's from Dominican Republic.
True. Different kind of Dominican.
And she's from Atlanta, which could go either way.
Either way,
you just never know.
I'm sure we've all done crazy things for love that we don't want to talk about. But yes.
No, look, I respect the fact that you guys are real actors and not reality show people who are like, listen, fall in love with the character. Don't worry about my personal life. I do respect it a little bit.
Thank you.
Well, it is an art. That is what they do. They perform.
I do. Do you guys? Any of y'all watch reality shows?
Every once in a while, I'll get down with one.
America's Next Top Model. I love it.
Does that really count as a reality show, though?
I like
competition.
I love it. I love Tyra Banks. She's a great role model. She's a businesswoman, extremely intelligent. I love it.
Yeah. I watch The Voice. I love The Voice.
That's
a competition. You mean bad reality? You don't mean competition reality shows. You mean trashy, dirty, people getting slapped, ratchetness.
Nobody watches that shit, huh?
They do.
Listen,
I will admit it. I have been known to watch a couple of Real Housewives and some Love and Hip Hop.
It's happened.
but you guys prefer scripted.
I prefer scripted. But you know, and what I've been hearing even is sometimes the reality shows are scripted.
Well, they are.
They are. We've heard that too.
We have heard that. Hey, okay, how about this? Any of you guys, just each of you, it doesn't have to be in any particular order, but a couple of your favorite other scripted shows from the last year or two, because we are living in the golden age of television. So, what are a few of your shows?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Amazing.
Everyone agree with that one?
Scandal
is amazing. Love Kerry Washington.
I don't know. I also like Games of Thrones.
Game of
Love
Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I just love that. And I started
I'm a
watching The
Downton
White
Abbey.
Queen, but I didn't really like the finale.
Downton Abbey, I've heard a lot of good things about, but
Downton
it's usually
Abbey
from 45-year-old white people. So
That
it's
is usually
interesting to hear
true.
from you.
It is. I mean, you know, because I happen to love that period. I mean, even though it wasn't part of my history, clearly, but just that period of time, you know, it just has this fantasy and this like, oh, people just sat around all day and got ready to eat. You know, and they had, you know, family estate issues that
No, I gotta watch Downton Abbey. It's supposed to be phenomenal.
Is, you know, because it makes you think like, I want to have a little abbey or a castle one day in the town and folks making wine and
You're gonna have that,
bread for my estate.
and all you basically eat is like bread with some oil and drink wine
And throw some oregano,
throw oregano
and
on the plate.
rosemary up in there. Absolutely.
What was the
Salt
show
and
you said
pepper.
that you didn't like the finale of?
Oh, The White Queen. I don't know if
I'd
you
never
guys
heard of
watch
that.
that. It's a Starz original series.
Really?
Yeah, see, white and queen doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah,
Not my
King of
thing.
Queens? I used to watch.
King of Queens, great show.
And if it was
Yes.
called Black Queen,
I'd be in. I'd have the whole synopsis for you right now.
But you know, I'm glad you asked that question because I just started watching Boardwalk Empire.
Love that show.
God,
And
that
Oh
is-
my! What have I been sleeping on?
A lot.
You've been sleeping on a giant.
That show is so well.
What season?
I've
are you
been
on?
working.
What season are you on?
I just started season 2. I'm in episode 3 of season 2.
All right. Well, listen. First of all, as a
Nookie Thompson.
As a TV fan, don't try to pull I've been working with me because we know you could have made time for some good television. So let's prioritize. Let's prioritize what
and
we
I
do.
just got HBO Go.
Okay, that's more. There it is.
I just had a friend.
check
I
just
just
started
had
clearing.
I just had a. Well, even better. I just had a friend that gave me access to their
they
HBO
gave you
Go.
that?
Oh, you're
Yeah,
bootlegging
nasty.
HBO Go.
Still, but you getting money, you still bootlegging.
You know
have
what? Wouldn't it be
Netflix, though,
tragic?
right?
Look, we
ironic?
shared a wealth. We shared a wealth in the family.
Don't end up in
In the-
jail living your character because you bootlegged HBO Go.
That's not bootlegging. It's a family account.
I don't think there's such thing as that.
Yo, mama get it, and she was like, "Here you go. Here's the password."
Oh, I did. I have my.
Because you
share
know
of that.
they don't get on the internet. You know, I have my parents.
They don't
from
even know
the
HBO is
40s.
available on the
So
internet.
exactly, it's like, Mama, you go ahead and get it on the TV.
Hey, Mom.
And I'll
Hey, Mom,
just
real
use the
quick,
account.
What's the name of your cable provider?
I sure
Yeah,
did.
when you log in to like
I
pay
sure
your
did.
bills and whatnot, what's your login and password?
Look, my mama used to pay my cell phone bill years ago. She can do the HBO Go now.
100%.
So what is the money like? Is it thumbs up, happy, love, or is it
Wait
you're
and
still
see.
working your way up, or how does it? What happens in the net? Like, you know, we don't know. So we see you guys, you're new faces to me, right? But I'm sure it's pretty amazing, right? Or it could be better.
I'm happy.
I'm happy. It's good.
This is gonna sound very cliche. Yes, the money's good, but really, I'm just happy to be working. Honestly, with
Right.
these
It's not
women.
about the money.
Because I mean, literally, you go to work and you hang out. Like after you do your work, we hang out with each other.
We say that same shit here because
Yeah.
we broke as fuck. But we work for Hot97,
It's fun.
and it's fun.
this office is fly.
But it's pretty good. It's nice. It's seen better days.
Yeah, don't go in
Got
our.
Don't
lights
get
on the
crazy.
wall.
Don't get crazy.
Yeah, don't look in our real
It
studio.
just looks good on camera. It looks like shit in real life. But as far as, being women of color, right? There aren't a lot of jobs out there, right? So like you said, you're just happy to be working where you see, people like Sanaa Lathan and Kerry Washington and Gabrielle Union, even Holly Berry. You hear these stories where they're like just trying to get work. Right, so are we going to see those actresses starting to do Netflix originals and starting to do some more of these series? Because Kerry Washington doing Scandal, she was doing movies.
Megan Good has a show now,
Megan
too.
Good had a show, has a show. So I don't know. Do you guys see that happening? And is that going to be competition for where you guys are trying to go?
Oh, it's probably going to be competition, but yeah, I could see them doing TV shows, especially Netflix. It's like, I think we're pioneers. That's like the future right there. So.
Well, TV's so much better than film these days, right? Like, I honestly don't see movies. I hate to say that because I want to support the film industry, but like, I don't really see movies. I watch TV shows. And so I think if you're a great actress who wants to be part of something that's awesome, you'd have to at least think about it, right?
Yeah. No,
And if you luck out, you get to be a part of a great movie that lasts 5 seasons. Like,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
amazing.
That's what I feel like.
Sorry, I don't want to answer for you.
You kind of did.
What
though.
else?
I feel like, you know, in this business, you have to get the mindset very quickly that there are a lot of people. You know, it's like trying to fit a square square peg through a circle,
to a round hole.
through a round hole. You know, there's a lot of people in this business, a lot of people, and so you have to get it very quickly in your head that, look, I'm just going to show up and do my work, do what I think this character, you know, they're who they are, you know, when you go in for the audition, and then just leave it up to the casting, because you can go crazy thinking about every single person out there that could have your job.
And there's only so many roles.
There's
so you
only
gotta,
so many roles.
yeah.
So when they come,
I just love that every single character was. I can't see anybody playing Black Cindy. I can't
I don't know.
see
I feel
anybody
like I
playing-
could have
it's
done it. I feel like I could have done it.
picked
To be
you
100%.
specifically.
You
have
want to be
get
Black
to, get
Cindy.
to Black Cindy. Then
I
you
could be
tell
Black
me.
Cindy.
You would have ended up like that lady who just dressed up as Halloween for one of them characters with blackface on, getting ran through the mud.
You know what? On that note, hey, good luck with Orange is the New Black.
Exactly.